Your financial advisor just disappeared, not dramatically, not in a scandal, but quietly, the way trust sometimes does when someone simply stops showing up. And suddenly, you're left holding a recommendation you never fully questioned, wondering if it was ever really for you. It started simply enough. They sat across from you, confident and polished, and said this was the move, this asset, this product, this strategy. You nodded, maybe signed something, maybe moved money. Because that's what you do when someone with credentials and a firm handshake tells you the math works out. But here's the part nobody warns you about. Advisors leave, firms restructure, and the advice stays behind, like furniture from a relationship you didn't know was ending. The recommendation doesn't expire just because the person who made it did. So what do? You do what any rational person should have done before the ink dried you. Reverse engineer the logic. You ask not just what did they recommend, but why, and for whose benefit. This is where it gets uncomfortable, because the financial industry runs on a beautiful, quiet conflict of interest. Advisors are often compensated not on how well your portfolio performs, but on what products they place you in. Think of it like a restaurant where the waiter gets a cut of whatever's on special tonight, and tonight's special just happens to be whatever their broker-dealer is pushing. We've seen this movie before in the 1980s with limited partnerships. In the early 2000s with variable annuities sold to retirees who needed liquidity, not lockup periods. History doesn't repeat exactly, but it rhymes so loudly you'd think it was trying to get your attention. The most important question you can ask about any recommendation is who benefits if I say yes and how much? That single question has saved more portfolios than any hot tip ever generated. Now, here's what's actually reassuring. You don't have to be a CFA to evaluate this stuff. You just need to slow down, read the fee disclosures, Google the product's historical performance, and ask one trusted, fee-only second opinion. A lot of people assume that questioning their advisor's recommendation means they made a mistake by trusting them, but that's a false binary. Skepticism and respect can coexist. Evaluating advice isn't betrayal, it's basic fiduciary hygiene. The psychological trap here is that we conflate, my advisor seems smart, with this product is right for me. And those are two completely different claims. A brilliant person can make a recommendation that's perfectly appropriate for their commission structure and completely wrong for your retirement timeline. What we've learned from decades of financial cycles is that discipline beats conviction and process beats personality. The advisor who made you feel safe isn't the safety net. Your diversified, low-cost, well-understood portfolio is. When the person leaves, the plan should be able to stand on its own 2 feet. So here's the practical takeaway. Pull out whatever they recommended, look up the expense ratio, understand the liquidity terms, and ask whether a simple index fund would have done the job for a fraction of the cost. If the answer is yes, you're not being disloyal, you're being smart. The bigger philosophical truth is that no one cares about your money the way you do. And the sooner you internalize that, the better your financial outcomes will be. Advisors can be useful, but they are a complement to your own understanding, not a replacement for it. You're allowed to be comfortable not knowing everything while still demanding clarity on the things that affect your future. Rational preparation isn't paranoia, it's the most respectful thing you can do for your future self. Whether you're navigating inherited financial products, starting to build wealth through real estate, or just trying to figure out who to trust, check out our links in the description below, where we can help you get started with real estate investing, home contracting work, and finding the right lenders.